Hey, it's the Dan and Dali show. We're talking E3. How's
This
it
show is
going,
brought to you by
Dan? Brought to you
just,
by
just sell out to sponsors like crazy.
brought to you by Beard Paint. How
I'm
you
Dan.
doing, Dan?
Good. It's Tuesday, but it's a long week already.
Oh
and
God, yeah.
And it's a week from E3, which is another long week. So by Father's Day, I think I'm just gonna push the kids away and be like, let daddy nap.
I love it.
Yeah, it's been a week. It's been a week, and we got a lot more left, so it'll be lots of fun. What about you?
It has been a week. I think we were saying in the pre-show now. I was looking at the calendar today, and I actually woke up this morning. I'm like, thank God it's Thursday. And I get to the office. I'm like, I went from thank God it's Thursday to holy fuck, it's only Tuesday. Oh
That's
God.
the thing. Like this whole week has already been 2 weeks packed into one, and just trying to get ready for E3 and do my job on top of that. It's just it's a little chaotic. And
yeah, so tell me about your job, Dan, and then we're gonna get the guests coming on here about 8:15 or so.
I think I threw it in the group. I was like, send me your brands and influencers, and that's pretty much it.
Send me your brands and influencers.
Basically, like Power Spike, we kind of created the first of its kind influencer exchange. Brands can hop onto our platform and say, this is what I'm looking for. And we can go find it for them on the Twitch end and rolling in Mixer. Who knows where we'll go from there, because there's a lot of other influencer channels, whether it be Caffeine, Facebook, YouTube, even Twitter, my love, and Instagram. So yeah, we basically put brands together with really, really awesome influencers. And it costs the influencers nothing to join. We don't gatekeep any of that stuff. And we just have a marketplace. People can go on and look at what brands are looking for, submit their interest. Brands can see that they submitted interest, and from there they can choose who they want to work with. And we make it really easy for streamers to get paid, and we make it really easy for brands to get the data that they want, the results that they want. So it's just it's a busy time of year. So we have a lot of really, really cool brands on there right now, but there's just a lot of work to be done. And
yeah, I can imagine.
Hopefully, yeah, and there's a lot of work to be done going into E3 next week. So, meeting a lot of people out there and talking to them about what we do and what we can do for them. And we also work with different publishers, because we have our analytics suite it's better than your analytics suite, whoever's watching this. So yeah, they can. I mean, you can find out all the data you need to find out, and even sometimes, you might not know that streamer is driving the conversation about your game, but we'll know, and we'll tell you, and we'll show you where.
And that analytics stuff is what's most valuable, to be honest, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, especially when you have publishers like, it's crowded. So if you have an Activision looking for, Activision doesn't stop when the new game comes out, when the new Call of Duty comes out. They don't stop talking about the old one. Blackout's still going to be a thing when Modern Warfare, my baby's back, Modern Warfare launches. Blackout's still going to be a thing. So how are they going to look at who's playing Blackout and who's streaming Blackout, who's driving the conversation behind Blackout? We can tell them that. A lot of people will obviously move on to Modern Warfare because it's that cyclical thing, but we can still dial down to who's playing your old games and driving that revenue to your company. So maybe you want to establish a relationship with them. So it's cool. Like certain places might not need that help, like Fortnite. You know what I mean? They have everybody in the world wants to play it, but like there's different places that Epic might need it for something down the road. There's just we always make sure that we have conversations with everybody, because we're confident in what we have, and we're confident in what it does on both that analytics side and just creating real awesome ROI for brands. So, and that's my corporate speak. But yeah, I mean, we connect people, and I think that, when I joined the company a year ago, and I joined mainly because I saw the product and I was like, oh, because coming from the publisher side, I never was able to connect with people like this.
I remember you
And
talking about this
down.
at E3 last year. And you saying, I just joined this really awesome company, and you started explaining it to me, and I'm like, that's pretty badass.
Yeah, and it's been a year of growth for the company, learning for the company. We're a young company, so the cool thing about that is that every day you're learning something different, and all of those learnings wind up becoming a really full package that you can then offer to people.
Sure.
Sometimes you might get beat down one day, but you're always going to take the little piece out of that. And, what are you going to do tomorrow to correct it? So, and that ultimately has just built a better product. We launched a few months ago something called Match, where brands can log in and they can sign up and say, I'm looking for these streamers in this age range, in this geographic location, that play this game and have these interests. And they hit go, and we automatically spit out 200 recommendations to them, just like that.
Badass.
And it'll show them how much of a fit it is for them, percentage wise. And they can go to a profile page and get automatic examples of how these people are when they're streaming. Cuts down a lot of time that people would spend doing this stuff. I remember spending hours watching streams when I worked for a publisher, and just to find out when they talked about us. We even make that easy. They submit a clip and it's right on the pin, and people can just click right on that pin and see when they're talking about their brand. You don't have to spend hours upon hours searching and hoping to find it. So
that's pretty awesome. I mean, there's been this missing link, because I obviously you and I have known a lot of influencers, and just even before you got into this gig, we knew a lot of folks. And the industry right now is kind of is ripe. Is it ripe? Ripe? Both.
Right.
Ripe with influencers and people trying to get into it, and not knowing how they can make a living, and then the publishers not necessarily knowing how to reach out to, or who to reach out to, really, because there are influencers all over the place that have almost wildly different groups of people that follow them that you may not find. Like, yeah, Ninja's got everybody, but you may have like Cupcake Dad who bakes on Twitch and has like a huge following from middle-aged dads who are all single fathers, but none of them follow Drake or anybody, but he's got like 100,000 followers there. So
exactly. And you know what? You have new channels. There's always been this kind of consternation of where, the bubble, and there's too many people and you can't break through, and Mixer has been a solution to a lot of people because that's very early days of Twitch. But I look at data every day. There are Twitch channels that started 8, 10, 12 months ago that have blown up to over 100,000 followers, 200,000 followers.
Dedication and that hard work you got to put in.
Yeah. I mean, when you dial in, and does everybody have the opportunity to grind 8 hours a day? Do they not have any responsibilities? No. If you told me, hey, Dan, the only way that you can make a living is streaming right now, I'd have to sell my kids. You know what I mean? But the thing about it is that people throw down and say, okay, this is what I want to do. This is my dream that I want to do. And I applaud them for going for that. And I applaud the people that are realistic about what it is, because at the end of the day, yes, you're playing games. Yes, it's fun. But anybody knows it's a business. So, as much as it's awesome when Ninja does doubles and he's playing for 12 hours, don't forget that, Tyler and Jess are doing a lot of work in the background to work with all these brands and represent almost the industry in a sense. I don't know if you saw the Raptors Warriors game last night.
Oh yeah.
But what was it? 5 rows back. Who was standing up there? Dr. Disrespect.
You see his hair and mustache in the back. Yeah. By the way, shout out to X Zero and Jason Finelli, who are watching us right now. A bunch of other folks too.
Nice. Yeah, he's standing up there, and Doc signed a contract with Gillette. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't, it's not a business where it's selling little tchotchkes like at some points it used to be. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Big brands are here and big brands are looking for you. Don't ever sell yourself short. Don't get a big head, but also don't sell yourself short. And remember, it's a business.
Yep. Yep.
You might get to play Fortnite for 8 hours a day. Rock on. But for another 8, you might be doing a lot of different work to better yourself, better your overall brand. And there's always people watching. So the brand that you don't even know today could be the brand that helps you on the path to being a full-time streamer tomorrow. So it's fascinating to watch. It's really kind of amazing to be a part of. I do feel like an elderly man sometimes.
Especially at E3. Yep.
Well, actually, E3 is not bad. I went to TwitchCon, and boy, let me tell you, I felt very, very old. But that's a good thing because I'm a young 37, and this keeps me spry. So
I like that you're a spry 37. That's good.
Yeah, spry 37.
Well,
I need to lose some weight.
Don't we all? Don't we all? Let's get into some E3 stuff. By the way, that was Dan. I'm pointing to Dan right there.
Hi.
He's down there, and I'm Dali, and we are the admins of the E3 parties. It used to be the E3 party group, now it's the E3 industry group. You correctly renamed it last year.
Yeah, to the networking group.
Yep, there was a networking group.
As much as we are fans of E3 opening to the public, it got a little crazy the first year because I think we had 3,000 new people come in that year, and it just became a shit show. So
that was pretty wild.
Yeah. So I spent many nights removing 3,000 people from that group. And the thing is that E3, whether it's open to the public, whether it's not open to the public, everything that's going on around E3 presents really, really amazing networking opportunities for people that are in the industry, people that are outside of the industry.
Yep.
You know, it's a very unique way to break in and make contacts and get to know people. So we wanted to be able to facilitate that in an environment with Facebook where people had a group, they could share different events that are going on, they could kind of work with each other to do meetups and stuff like that, and just have different individual access, you know. And we, you know, when you started the group, I know that it grew really, really fast, and we're at the point now where I assume I don't know if it's boisterous to assume, but I assume that there's a lot of people in the industry that knows that the group exists, and a lot of higher level people too.
A lot of higher level people. I made this comment yesterday. We had to actually, so we require folks, you put this great questionnaire together. You have to answer this very easy questionnaire. What's your name? You know, basically, where did you hear about the group? Or what's your industry?
Like where do you work?
Where do you work? And what's your email address? We don't use any of that information. We just want to make sure you're a legit person because we had a lot of fans and just average folks coming in. That was the initial group. Sort of was just kind of focused towards everybody. And then with more industry parties, more industry events, and as things became more serious, we had to kind of scale down that group a little bit. And actually, I think you obliterated, you Thanos like half the group last year, maybe more than that. And we've rebuilt now. We're almost at 3,000 here. But we had to turn like 2 CEOs away, like known CEOs. If you guys saw their names, you'd be like, oh yeah, I know your company. No, not Bobby Kotick. He would be in.
But at the same time,
they didn't put their email address in. Or
I don't know if it's really them.
Yeah, that's
you know
exactly
what I mean.
It.
Like when you're CEO, there could be a lot of people impersonating you. We've got a lot of people for some reason using instead of their email, they put contact at the company. No,
sorry.
Or like their Facebook page, like their fan page. I'm like, no, just answer the questions. And the thing is that there's a lot of benefit to the group because you get to know so many people. It's not like a crazy, you know, people posting every day kind of thing. You know, until around now. Now it gets kind of bananas. I think my phone battery has been dying pretty consistently because of all this.
It hasn't been past 20%.
Yeah, it's been a disaster. I always forget, and then at like 4 o'clock. I'm like, why do I have 15% battery? And then I remember it keeps going off. So yeah, it's just a fantastic thing, and I'm really, really happy that we're doing this because I don't think we've ever done something where we've kind of reached out to the group before and said, hey, who wants to talk? Because the biggest event in our industry is coming up next week. For all the shit that gets talked about it, and for all the ways that it's gone over the past year and a half, or whatever, with people pulling out and people, going different places, and kind of turning into involuntary South by Southwest. It's still the largest event in our industry.
Yeah, totally is.
All the big things happen here. Avengers is going to be there. Gears 5 is going to be there.
Gears, Halo. We just heard more of the Halo rumors. Hey, we have our first guest.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
How do you why don't you introduce yourself, Kevin?
I'm Kevin Buwalls. I just left the Army. I used to fly helicopters for the Army for the last 7.5 years. Yeah, it was awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course. Thank you for your support. So now I'm in a career in marketing with a company called Soft Giving. And kind of what we do is help nonprofits by unlocking the next generation of donors. So we're in Twitch. We actually have a Twitch streamer on our team. We're going out to E3, trying to meet as many streamers as possible, really try to help people stream for a good cause. So it's
Dan's face just lit up right now.
Yeah. Go ahead, Dan.
My platform works with, we work with streamers and we put brands together with streamers.
Yeah.
And we work with nonprofits. We just had Make-A-Wish on there.
Yeah.
And I also do social media for Take This, which is in the game industry. So yeah, we can kind of sync up because I'd love to talk.
And something that's really cool about us, and then we'll get into E3 questions, but we're the only platform that takes Venmo, PayPal, Google Pay, Samsung Pay, PayPal. I think I said PayPal. Basically everything you can imagine we have. So the cool thing for donors is literally in 15 seconds you can donate. And so it doesn't take time out of your day. If you're in the middle of a stream or you're doing whatever, you can just donate and be done with it. You don't have to worry about it. It's really neat.
Amazing. Awesome. By the way, we're also now joined by industry luminary Gordon Bellamy.
Luminary, I love it.
I'm watching on YouTube. That's what. There we go. I was watching on YouTube. Wait, can you see me? Is my camera working?
I don't think your camera's working.
I don't think it's happening. Hold on a sec. I'll get my tech going.
No problem. While we're waiting for you. So Kevin, you actually had you said you had a few questions.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is my first E3. I'm really excited for it. I saw that 70,000 people are coming, and it's a great event. It's the world standard for gaming, right? And so with me going out there, my goal of networking, I guess in your guys' experience of being out there, what do you think is good advice? How do I meet the most people and kind of just build those relationships?
Well, I'll tell you right now, you're doing it the right way right now. You actively reached out to me. You've posted in the group. This is how to do it. And when you're at the show, just don't be afraid to go up to everybody. That's the one thing that I learned a while back was just go up to everyone, introduce yourself. People say business cards are old school. I still love getting business cards because at least I can put a face together. But it's just be very, I don't want to say be very overly forward, but just talk to everyone because everybody has a great story. Everybody has a great connection.
Awesome. And then is there one article I read was the real event happens after the event. And I know you've posted on the Facebook page, there's a ton of, hey, these are all the events, but is there a lot of maybe pop-up events or favorite restaurants or bars that people go to?
Yeah, you're going to find there is LA Live area, which is going to be basically Xbox Square from what I understand. There's the Mixer Thunderdome and Xbox Square. But the JW Marriott is right next to that. The lobby bar there will be packed with 200 or 300 people.
Wow.
That's a great point, Dan, because we used to go to the Fig. The Fig was a hotel down the street. That kind of shut down and changed. So we've all gravitated now towards the JW Marriott. And that for folks that are looking to network and meet other industry folks, it's not so much like a public place because it is a public, but not for general fans because it's not a party atmosphere. You're there to meet people. And I've made tons of connections just in that little lobby area, in that little hotel area.
Awesome.
Yeah, and the Figueroa Hotel still, it was the spot, and then they shut down and they did a remodel, so they were closed for, I believe, 2 years.
Oh, wow.
So then everybody was like, "Oh, the JW's not bad," but the Fig is open now, and last year people kind of bounced between the two. So there's a lot going on there, and then I mean the parties themselves. I always look for ones where it's not necessarily quiet, but at least where you can have an area to have a conversation with somebody without
Right.
losing your voice.
Yep.
And it's a balancing act. I know last year, Dali and I were at a party where it was really easy to talk, and then all of a sudden DJ Khaled came out. So that
changed it.
that was my cue. That
And another
can't
one.
talk anymore. That was when we looked at each other like, you played yourself, and we left. So, but yeah, those are kind of typically the most active places where a lot of people are having conversations. The JW, even during the day, it's pretty full because, I mean, honestly, I'm not going to lie, a lot of my business meetings are there because it's not like I have a booth on the show floor.
Right.
And it's some of the people that I'm meeting don't have a booth on the show floor. So it's just easier, instead of saying, meet me at this booth where we can't talk and we'll get bumped by 70,000 people, to just say, let's grab a drink at this place. And there's all the restaurants around there too. There's the Yard House.
Yard House is a real
Shaquille
popular.
O'Neal
I
just
love
opened
Yard
up a
House.
restaurant there 3 months ago. And Shaq's is going to be my new place. And I think there's a like an Italian restaurant, a Spanish restaurant. There's like everything around there. So if you wanted to have a more in-depth meeting, you have a number of options.
Definitely.
Awesome.
Hey, there's Gordon.
I got it. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, this is everything I wanted. Okay.
And we can
You got
see
the soccer kit on. It's awesome.
Yes, a little J League for you today. Serving a little global for you, a little global.
I love it.
Gordon, why don't you introduce yourself, who you are, and tell us what you do in the industry.
Sure. Gordon Bellamy, and this will be my 25th E3. So literally a lifetime of E3s. I'm really way into it. Deep cuts.
He's been going since he was 11.
Since I was born. I actually was conceived at an E3. So at this E3, got a number of things. So I teach at the University of Southern California, at USC, in the games program. And so we'll have some of our best and brightest running the floor, being their best selves. So I'm super fired up for them. I also am the president of the Gay Game Professionals. And we're doing our 11th annual E3 party
11.
Monday night.
Awesome.
It is going to be both inclusive and lit. Both.
I like that.
It's going to be both those things.
Lit-clusive.
Yes, lit-clusive.
Feel free to use that.
Yes, as seen on SideQuest, because I know I arrived as a event creator when I arrived on your website. That's how I knew it was real.
Yep. Yeah, Gordon's fantastic. We've known each other for we've met only a couple times, I think, in person, but like just through the social media. Wow, I hit 45 really fast.
Yeah.
For a second. I hit 70. I sound like my dad. No, we've known each other for a while now, and Gordon always sends me, "Hey, heads up, this is the party we're doing," or here's the information. Get ready to post it, and it's been great because it's been in a lot of PAXs and E3, and you've done a phenomenal job of helping bring people together. I mean, it's
Thank you.
I gotta say, like the GGP events, and the Wiggy events, the Women in Games International. Those are two that, and for anybody that's seen it in the Facebook group, people ask for those events. Like, when are they posting the information for these events? And all of the Facebook groups that we run. So there are probably two of the in Twitch usually as well, but the two of the most sought after or recognizable events. You go to GGP and it's going to be good people. It's going to be a good time. And it's gonna be fun, and that's really what
and it's gonna be gamer DJs.
Yes,
so industry DJs.
Nice.
So we're gonna have Sam Kennedy, who's made that game Jupiter and Mars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna be cutting it up, and Ian Howe, who helps head up Skybound Games. So it's
I remember
and Skybound. Yeah. That's
I used to work for 505.
Oh, well, then there you go. Ian's going to be DJing. So if you ever wanted to just reverse the roles and be like, make requests and be like, could you, I don't know, just tighten this up? This would be that time. Live those dreams.
Fantastic. Well, Kevin was asking us a few questions. And Kevin, why don't you throw another question? Because you had a few things. Maybe Gordon can help us.
Especially after 25.
I got you.
Go there. to answer
I
this
got,
one.
I got you.
So I've heard a lot of people say wear comfortable shoes.
Yes.
But what else should we bring into the event? I know we can't bring backpacks, but what do you recommend?
What's your agenda? What do you dream of an outstanding E3 for you? What's perfect?
Well, it'd be meeting awesome people like you guys, obviously. But no, my goal is to network and build relationships with as many Twitch streamers. So
okay, gotcha. So understood. So here's what I would do. If I was you, I'd have, of course, phone batteries. So your phone don't die, right? Yep. No, not so cute with no phone. I'd say, if you're trying to get young people, you should probably start an Instagram.
Okay.
Right? Or a Snap, because being all hey, can I get your card and can we trade business info might be a little high velocity.
Sorry.
They might just be oh, we can trade Instas, right? And catch up later. And you might build many more relationships if that's really is your desired goal, to be able to re-engage after the show rather than you got full logo looks. I'm loving it. You got style guide.
That?
Oh, you're serving me Brandon, I believe you're with Soft Giving. I don't know, but I trust it. Where are you based? Where are you?
We're in Atlanta.
Oh, cool. Okay, right on. So,
Atlanta.
Yeah, I would say a former home of E3, as you know, way back when. That would be the number one thing, and then I guess being willing to listen. Right, it's a very insular industry, right, and so you'll get more with your ears than with your mouth.
Absolutely,
if that makes sense.
Yes.
And then just be helpful, be awesome, be your vibe now. You're super vibey already. If you just come in like that, what you're giving. Oh,
got it.
Also, JW Marriott. You're
that's what they just said.
Yeah, you should camp out there. You're not there to play Final Fantasy. You're there to make connections.
Right.
That's really where a lot of the business of our craft is done. Over there, or in meeting rooms at E3. You have meetings. You go to E3 and go to your meeting. But people aren't walking the aisles doing business. They're JW Marriott and chill and let's figure out. Let me introduce you to so and so, and so that's definitely part of it.
My goal is to commandeer a couch at the JW at least one day from 9 a.m. until 2 a.m. and just see how it works.
I might come find you at that couch.
and don't be afraid to go follow your party schedule. Who do you ideally want to meet? In a dream world, who'd be perfect? Give me 3 perfect ones.
I mean, if you really want me to go from the top, obviously Ninja, obviously the high streamers. But honestly, I don't care. Any streamer, because everyone has the capability of streaming for a good cause. And that's what I'm trying to meet, as many streamers as possible.
Okay, well, so then I would go okay, if you want to meet, if it was Ninja, I'd be no, what you need to do is meet Pop Dog, right? Okay. You need to meet the agents and the reps who actually can do the business deal with you. At that level. Yeah. You're not, he's not going to be yeah, bro, you're amazing. Let's go sign. What time are you talking about?
Just sign right here. Yeah.
And I guess, having an understanding of how those deals have taken place before would enable you to spend time with the right people. Because if you're at the Twitch party or whatever, and you're hanging out with the talent and not hanging out with the people who are doing the business of the talent,
that makes sense.
You might not be engendering the right trust with the finite time that you have.
Right. That's excellent advice, Gordon. I appreciate it. I guess, and we kind of talked with Dan and Dalibor, but for you, what's your favorite event? There's a whole bunch of side events that happen, and there's a whole bunch that goes on in E3, presentations and different things like that. If you had to pick one to make sure you were at, what would you pick?
To make sure I was at, besides my first panel at E3 on the floor at the ESA Foundation.
There you go.
Okay, so real talk, I would go, and that's not even a pitch, to our party or to Gamers Outreach, which is going to be an equally amazing event, Monday, so that you can go into Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, knowing people, knowing familiar faces, having destination. That, I would actually sort of put in the work, right? And shake the hands and kiss the babies Monday night, at things you can go to that are open. Because I think, I don't know, what are you already invited to, if I may pry? Because there's the invite things and the not invite things.
Yeah,
talk about invite things on this, or is it only public things? What's the vibe here?
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. No, necessarily. The only invite really kind of thing is 8-bit salute. So that's it's a smaller group, but that's that Monday night from 5 to I think 8. But the rest of it, I signed up for a whole bunch on the Facebook group. Pretty much everything that's on there, I've signed up for. So trying to get to as many as I can.
Yeah, I would. You know what? I wouldn't be afraid. I know it's gonna sound sort of cheesy. It wouldn't be the worst thing for you to have a name tag, right? There's a lot of people, right? And you might think, oh my God, that's so cheesy. But Kevin.
That's true. You know who I am then, yeah.
Right, I know who you
It'd be a
are.
lot
I know who you
different,
are. And you know what? Truth be told, there's a lot of Kevins. So
Yeah.
it'd be like the Kevin would actually be
that's
a
a good
big
one.
win for would be like a win for you.
Hashtag Kevin.
Hashtag Kevin.
To Gordon's point, though, you bring up a really good one, and that is the Monday night events are fantastic because they do kind of set you up for the rest of that week. Monday to me is my favorite day of the week. Sorry, Dan. Monday is my favorite day of the week. Everyone's always like, oh, work week, it sucks. I love Mondays because it sets up the rest of my work week. E3 Monday is fantastic for that reason. There tends to be a little bit, I don't want to say smaller events, but a little bit more intimate events on that Monday. You get to meet people. And then my advice would be, if you see anybody you saw at those events on Monday walking through the hallways or at another party or event, always go up and say, hey, remember I saw you at that event on Monday. You know, it was great to bump into you. What have you been seeing at the show? That's like the question everybody asks. What did you see at the show?
How's your E3 going?
Totally fine. How's your E3 going? Yeah. But those are fine because people will – it is a way to kind of break the ice. But yeah, don't follow up to the folks that you're meeting on Monday and wear that, that name tag is actually a smart idea.
Oh, and you're a biz dev, but you're like a Twitch biz dev. You're not like a game creation biz dev.
No, not game creation.
Got it. I was gonna say there's the Monday night dinner. There's the what's it called? The one, the $100 one.
Yeah. There's a dinner on Monday.
The biz dev dinner. That's like the biz devies. And are you coming in for the weekend, or are you just?
We're actually coming in for EA Play and then coming to E3 as well. So I'll be there Friday.
Great. I mean, I would say go to Digital LA, Digital Drinks on Sunday.
Nice.
Wouldn't be the worst use of your time. Yeah, Monday, and then obviously you start to butter people because you never know who'll get you that Monster Cat ticket. If you act right, you're right, and you'll be at because that's where everyone's gonna want to be. When all said and done, like around 11 o'clock, everyone's gonna be like, "Are you going to Monster Cat? Are you going to exchange? Are you going to exchange? Do you have a +1?" So just keeping it real.
So I got to find my +1 is what you're telling me.
You got to find out where. So it's like it becomes a plus Kevin.
Yeah,
visualize it. It's a plus Kevin.
Your name tag is plus Kevin. Perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah. So anyone out there, the Kevin, if you got a +1, I'm right here.
No. All right, I'm gonna help you with parties. Kevin, suppose someone out there watching wanted to help you. What they would need would be your first and last and your email. Otherwise, they couldn't actually help you in real time.
That's true. And so it's Kevin@softgiving.com. So you can't mess it up. The only one here, Kevin@softgiving.com.
And what's your last name?
Boobolz. Bubbolz. Yep.
Gotcha. See, there you go. Now that's how
Gordon.
That's how I'm going to see you backstage. Yeah. That's what we believe in.
People helping people. I love it.
People helping people. Kevin, thank you so much for hopping on.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Absolutely. It's been great. And I look forward to seeing you all out at E3.
Rock and roll. So there you go, Kevin. Kevin at Soft Giving.
Thanks, guys.
Gordon, thank you so much, man. That's awesome advice, dude. You're like Kevin. The hype man from now on.
We're all rooting for Kevin, aren't we?
Yes, we're rooting for Kevin.
I don't even know what soft giving is, but it's got to be important. It sounds like it's going to be like, saving baby chicks or something. I don't know. It's got to be important. It's got to be important.
Oh, this is good. It's great that. So 25 years at E3.
Yes.
What was your first E3 like?
I was a booth boy.
Oh, you were a booth boy.
I was a booth boy. Showing off the wares of Electronic Arts. So
nice.
Working my booth, working my shift, paying them dues, being adorable, and focused on the product. Taking people on that narrative journey and away from the machine.
What game were you showing off?
Oh my God, I think I showed definitely Madden. So we're working on Madden. But I feel like there was something else we were showing too back then. Like a baseball game, some baseball, I believe.
MVP baseball?
No. EA was like LaRussa baseball, like LaRussa and the other one. But I think maybe LaRussa back then.
Tony LaRussa baseball.
Yeah. This is a throwback. This is back in the day. Love MVP baseball though. That's a great game. Love it.
I'm so mad that it doesn't get made anymore. Like that was the best baseball game, and I kind of suck that it's only one place now.
Shout out to Ani Dino in the chat, and also F0 says, Dali, you need to bring at least 2 power banks to ensure bet. Yes, I need to bring like 5 because halfway through, walking in the hallway, I'll take my phone out and start either playing Pokemon Go or something that just drains my battery to death. So.
Oh, is that like the Q&A button? Can I see questions? Are people talking?
I'm just
where's-
looking at it just if you open up the YouTube page, the YouTube
Oh,
link
the
on the right
YouTube.
side,
Oh, wait, hold on,
just
wait,
regular
wait.
YouTubes. I got to figure out this stuff. See, like
I've seen none of
going
it.
to E3 is
Hold
super important because I need to figure out how to like actually stream and maybe make the move to Twitch. That's something that's like on my to-do list this summer.
Hey,
So
hey, you know what? YouTube, proud supporter. It's all good.
Oh, yeah.
It's all good. There's room for both. There's room for everyone.
Very good. We're going to be getting another person here in a little in a
Right on.
couple minutes, I think. But
So what do people want to know? What do we do? So what's the point? You have the list set for people.
we have the
What
list.
are people here for?
You know, it's stuff. It's a lot of. I'm stuttering right now because I'm also drinking some Hennessy over here.
Nice.
That's not coffee in my
Nice.
my clout.
Is there a map for people who are like out of towners?
Oh, that's
That'd be the
what
biggest
I
thing.
gotta
Like, don't
make
get upside
that.
down.
Yeah, usually
That
we
might
do
be
an app,
smart.
but I'll get that kicking here in the next day or so. Now that they're like parties are the floodgates have opened. There are like through it's just pouring out parties now. I think there were like 4 or 5 announced today that I've been like constantly mashing, updating that list. I've been sending the email out, so anybody that is on the email list, you can see some of the parties that have been announced today. But it's funny because I send the email list out, and then all of a sudden, like 4 more parties get announced. I'm like, crap! I'll just wait till tomorrow and send those.
Well, wait, what's new? What's the new hotness? Let us know. Leak it. Out.
Let me see here. The newest ones. I'm looking right now. So there was the
Hello.
digital LA. By the way, hello to our newest guest, Anthony.
Hi, I go by Oni Dino, so feel free to just call me Dino.
Okay, I'll call you Dino. Love it. Only Dino. Good to have you on the show.
Thank you very much for having me. I've been watching.
Oh, great! Yeah, you've been chatting in the YouTube as well. What's is this your first E3 or?
Yes, this will actually be my first E3, so I'm very excited.
Oh, this is so cool. So a first timer. You have like different stages of E3 knowledge here. Of course, Gordon said he's at 25. I'm at like 11 E3s, 10 or 11 E3s.
Nice.
Dan, how many E3s have you got?
I think this is number 8 or 9.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So
And I dreamed about it for years.
yeah, it's funny. I started side questing specifically to get into E3. This is back when it was really lax, really easy to get into. I don't say easy, but it was a little bit easier to get into E3 than it is these days from a media side. Like it was all media and like GameStop managers back then. And now that actually, I think I was reading a tweet by Tom Ohl from Evolve PR. Tom's a fantastic. If you guys don't follow Tom on Twitter, follow Tom on Twitter. Evolve Tom. He's one of the most beautiful people on the planet. Just great big heart. Anyways, he was saying how they're noticing, and I've noticed it as well. They've really started cutting back on the amount of media and influencers that are getting access to the show this year. I think part of that is because there's so many more public folks coming to the show, and obviously there's like a certain amount of space that the convention center can hold, and so they have to kind of manage and juggle between the two. So I don't want to say they're stingier, but they're being a little bit more strict as the amount of media. Anyways, yeah. So your first E3.
Yeah. So that's really
First, tell me a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Sure. So I go by Oni Dino, which is a bit of an abbreviation of both of my names.
I love it.
Yeah, and I work media, and I produce the podcast and host the podcast, and I am a Japanese translator for Nintendo Everything.
Oh, amazing. I frequent it often.
Oh, really? Oh, thank you.
There are like 2 or 3 sites that everybody goes to for Nintendo news, and I think Nintendo Everything is like right up there. So.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, we really try to be like super quick about all of the news. We don't want to post news, a day later or 12 hours later. We want to be on top of things.
Yep.
And I'm so sorry, my camera is not working. No idea what's going on, but
it's
I'm
okay.
focused on the conversation.
Dino, your logo is super cute.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're serving it. You're serving. I've already gone to your website because you kept your logo up. I'm like, oh, Nintendo Everything. Here we go.
So Gordon is really, he's coming in with the fire right now, and he's like, "You're doing this right. You're doing this right. You're doing that wrong. Don't do a Dali said, which is use business cards. Use an Instagram." So.
Yeah.
Sure. I've been listening to the advice. The advice is super on point. I'm learning things and I'm writing stuff down.
So what are you looking forward to the most?
Well, I guess all of the ridiculous amount of appointments that I've been making, like my schedule is packed to the brim on show hours. And then outside of show hours, I have a couple of different events planned.
Oh my gosh, first piece of advice.
Yes.
Look at the map, because if you have events that are in different halls,
Right.
they're really far from each other. And if you can get things like where you're spending a lot of time in the West or a lot of time in the South, I assure you by even end of day one, it's not cute to have to go back from West to South and South to West. You'll be like, why did I listen to the podcast? All in one play. He told me, and you'll be like walk in and you'll be like all sweaty with all your stuff. You'll be like, oh.
Dan, how many times have you run from one hall to the next one because you had one meeting end at like 10:30 and then one meeting starts at 10:30 and the ends?
My first E3, that's what happened to me. From then on, Tuesday was West Hall, Wednesday was South Hall, Thursday was walk around.
Because you're gonna spend a lot of time apologizing to people, because you'll be like, I know I'm late, so I've got to send you a text that I hope you see. Tell you I'm gonna be late, so don't move on without me to my next meeting because I'm Nintendo everything, right?
Right, I'm everything. So.
But there's they are not like 5 minutes away. It's not like you can be like, oh, I'm gonna end this meeting and I end at 2 to 2:25 and I'll be at 2:30. It is not realistic. Like that is a failed design that will only cascade, because once you get late, right? Well, then you're trying to like give them the full time if you feel bad for being late, which just makes you more like a cascade of lateness.
So how long would you say then, with all of the bodies and everything, would you say that it takes from getting one end to the other?
How many bodies are you?
I'm just one, thankfully.
Okay. So you're solo journey, and what are you carrying with you?
Just a backpack full of my laptop for media capture and microphone. That's it.
So you're plugging in, plugging out, and capturing media in these meetings?
In certain meetings, not back to back, thankfully.
Okay. I would give yourself 15 minutes between meetings.
Oh, okay, good. I have half an hour planned for most of them, and I was like, yesterday I had a big freak out. I was like, oh, is a half an hour not enough? Like, holy shit.
Well, here's why it's not enough, because you're a Nintendo everything, and you're gonna run into whomever on the hallway between your meetings.
That's
right?
So
like
true.
You're gonna improv. You're gonna be like, oh my gosh, look who's at the barbecue truck. It's whatever. I need to go say hi. I need to be Nintendo everything, right?
Yeah.
And if you don't have any time for that, well, then you'll find yourself having negative interactions with people that you really love. Be like, I love you, but what's in front of me is much more important than you, right? Right? And that'll be your vibe. True. That'll be your vibe. You know what I mean? Like, I'm too busy for you. I see you. I'm too busy for you, right? Which isn't
this is fantastic advice.
You want to be like, oh, we can talk for a second. What do you see today? Where are you headed? Oh my gosh, have you seen this?
Right.
Right? Are you going to Monster Cat? Right? What? Right?
Do you have a plus Kevin for Monster Cat?
Exactly. And so you're gonna want to be able to afford yourself that time to have those moments. Just the moments.
That is fantastic advice. I am definitely adjusting my schedule for that. That is really good advice.
Yeah. And also self-care. Don't forget to eat.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, no, people think their stuff is so important, and that the new build of whatever, which will be there tomorrow, which is so important that they don't need to actually get some water, get some food, and be your best self, right? Like all the vibe you're now, like all day long.
Exactly. And that will shut you down by the end of day one if you don't take care of yourself. And honestly, if you don't have to carry that bag, if you're only doing capture one day, or if it's for these certain meetings, avoid it, because it will get heavy by the middle of the day.
Right.
It will. Yeah. No matter how light that laptop is, you still have something on your back.
Yep. And leave yourself time for wonder. Like, I imagine you like video games.
Yeah, a little. I'm kidding. Totally.
Well, then E3 is going to be a lot. Right?
Oh my God, yeah. E3 on Pride Month, it's like my total personal Christmas.
Oh, and you're going to Pride. Okay, so then Pride. Okay, are you coming in for Pride?
No, I'm not. I actually have no idea when Pride is happening in LA.
Okay, I'll help you. Pride is the weekend before E3.
Oh no, I'm going there on Sunday. This is going to be terrible for me.
Sunday Pride is going to be years. Okay, so here's what happened. Okay, let me tell you about Pride then. Oh God, this is great. Gay talking. So, it's years and years performing live at Pride. You're going to be in WeHo. It's going to be this ridiculous. It's awesome that you can imagine it. Streets are crazy, lines are crazy. Where are you from?
From Chicago.
Okay, so like
Chi-town.
You know, like the parade. Imagine if the parade was combined with the other weekend. Okay, but they were together as one, right? Like all together. It's gonna be all that, and then Monday's our party. big gay party. You're gonna go that.
Yeah.
Then what you don't even know is that Tuesday night is the biggest gamer party you've ever been to.
Oh,
Because
really?
the local group, it's called LAGS, like the
Okay.
Los Angeles Gaming Society, and they throw this party at Precinct. Like my party, really good party, no doubt about it. But their party is the party of the people. It is like, it is thick with folks. Like think sidetracks and Roscoe's taped together, packed with gamers. Packed with gamers, though. All gamers, right?
Yeah.
Living their best life. Like, and you'll be like, living your truth. It'll be amazing.
Yeah.
But it's also going to be a lot.
I'll have to like be kept in temperance at certain points.
Yeah, well, it's funny. We actually be so just to be super queer culture. Friday's actually Overwatch Pride before, and so everyone's going to the Overwatch arena for that. And then Saturday, LA Valiant. Then Sunday is Pride,
Right.
and then Monday is my party. Then Tuesday is Lags, which is like super hyper lit.
Yeah.
So if there's a full slate of culture associated with gaming this weekend.
I'm so excited.
And you're gonna meet all the Nintendo people. Are you in GGP? Are you in the Facebook group?
Yes, definitely. My friend invited me to it, so.
Oh, perfect. Well, then you got to say hi in the group, and then all the people come out of the woodwork who like work at Nintendo, and you'd be surprised. We're everywhere.
And this is how you make those connections at E3 is like, let me meet you. You meet one person, you meet like 10 people beyond, it's almost like a reverse pyramid scheme, right?
Yes.
Yes. Any more questions or any other questions? Anything you're curious about, Onidino?
I can't say I quite am.
What's the one biggest thing that you're really kind of looking forward to at the show this year?
I'm looking forward to my meeting with Nintendo. I have it scheduled on Wednesday, and that's kind of been the big thing for me.
You probably stole Dan's scheduled time.
Yeah, I couldn't get on their docket.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
We're going to rely on you and the podcast to get us some good feedback.
Yes, please do. I'm going to be doing nonstop coverage this week and next week, and moving forward.
So where can we find you personally? Do you have your own social media as well?
Absolutely. I am on the social media. You can find me on Twitter at Oni_Dino. That's ONI_DINO. And then, of course, I have an Instagram. It's pretty much the same thing.
Awesome.
Oni__Dino. And then that's the best way to find me is one of those two things. I barely use Instagram. I don't think I'm young enough, but I think that's all for like really early 20-somethings. It's really hard to keep up with all that.
Right, well, thank you so much for hopping on. This is awesome. We'll be sure to listen to the podcast. I'm gonna be subscribing. If I haven't subscribed yet already, I'll be checking it out.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it goes up weekly, and I post it on my Twitter, so check me out there. Thank you very much.
Sweetness. Well, also joining us right now, Julian Marino.
Yo.
Hey, Julian, how's it going?
Not much, man. Just here at home, resting from work.
Oh, I know the feeling. I think I rushed back from my office and ran up the stairs, grabbed a coffee. I think Dan did the same thing with coffee. I think Gordon has coffee flowing through his veins right now because of how hype he is. So that's good.
That's so great. Like new people going to their first E3, just trying to be their best selves. It's awesome. Like right, like that's the future. Like
totally is. Julian, is this your first E3?
No, this is actually my fourth, fifth.
The fact that you have to like remember and try to remember, oh man, it's like you're at the point where it's like it's almost too many, but then it's just enough.
Yeah. I can't really remember if it's the fourth or my fifth, but one of those. That's
fantastic. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from, and what do you do, and what are you going to eat?
Yeah, I mean, I'm from LA. Born and raised here. Let's see. I don't really do much right now. I'm just like on and off works. I'm working for an ATM company right now while I'm trying to start a career with the gaming industry, which is very, very, very difficult if you don't have connections. But hopefully with this E3 this year, me getting the Square Enix industry pass and all that, I'm probably gonna get a little bit more inside help.
What do you dream of doing, Julian? What's your dream?
To be honest, I started off as a QA tester.
Me too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, me too. I started a QA tester out of college at EA. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I did it with Activision.
Right on.
That was my first one. And then with them, I I ended up just loving it. Like I know a lot of people don't like doing repetitive stuff, like staying in the same position and just like I don't know, do whatever you got to do to find bugs. But I enjoy that,
Mhm.
especially when it comes to like the graphics. Like if I see like any shadowing or foreshadowing, I should say, or like glitching here and there, like I enjoy it. And then
That's awesome.
I ended up getting a job with Square Enix 3 years ago as a game master for their online game 14. Final
Oh
Fantasy
my God, I
14.
love 14 Sargatana server. You're the best.
I was there. I moved my alt character from there to my main on Leviathan.
What? Okay, cool. Anyway, sorry.
I think half of,
Don't
I think
mind
half
us,
of,
guys. We're about to bond, but keep going. Back to you.
no, it's all good because I think like the majority of the crew at side questing is in the 14 right now, and that's all we talk about on our podcast. I'm like, okay, guys, I don't have a capable machine that can play it well, so I trying to force.
Hey man, the PS4 is fine right now. Like my
Yeah.
PC, I don't have my PC anymore, so I'm just playing it on the PS4, and luckily the PS4 allows keyboarding, so
Yeah.
it's fine.
That's fantastic. So what are you like looking forward to at E3?
To be honest, I'm just looking forward trying to see if I could get into any type of boost to speak to devs, get some info on any type of game. Doesn't matter, it has to be a big AAA game or indie game, just anything. Because I'm also helping out my friend um, on a website that he started where he releases app games for Google.
Oh wow, okay.
And he has a site where he's trying to get more stuff like um, YouTube videos and writing articles and stuff like that. And that's why I'm also going to E3, just get um, any type of game, write about it, and put it onto his site.
Gotcha. Hey, Julian.
Mm-hmm.
Can I give you some guidance and recommendations? Because you're a great vibe. Okay. There's gonna be a number of things. Number one, on Thursday, you should go to the pre-E3 mixer with the IGD LA thing. It's on the side questing site. It's at Butcher's Dog. You should go to it and be there on Thursday night, meeting people before everyone's all on. Because a lot of people at E3, they're already working, but you need to be people who want to connect with you and be like, hey, this is my vibe, this is your vibe. Can I get a gig?
That's this Thursday, right? It's this Thursday.
Yeah, this Thursday. Number two, there's a site called GameDevMap.com. You should go to it. Yeah, you should go to it. You should go to it like right now while you're on your phone, and you should see all the opportunities. I assume you want to stay in LA for right now. I just extrapolate, right? So
I live here basically.
Oh, yeah, me too. I'm in the Valley. But the point being, it shows all the studios there, and the real true hustle will be that you need to apply everywhere, right? And when you see the list, and if you get turned down by 30 studios, I'm like, okay, let's talk again. But you need to actually just put in the repetition, right? Of being that guy. 3, come to our party Monday night. It's gonna be a mood. It's gonna be great. We got some cocktails, some food to eat, just good time. GGP. So it's at Redline. Like it's free. It's free party. It's free. Good vibes only. We got DJs. It's gonna be fun. So like an easy way to just kick off and just be a part of it. Once again, just meet people. Yeah, and meet people. And then just have fun. Like just be yourself. Like just first impression. You seem like just good pokes, and you just need to, like you said, just have access to more. Oh, last thing, Indiecade booth. That's what it is. Indiecade has a booth at E3.
Is so great.
And for like what you and your friend are trying to do, that'd be a great place to meet lots of like young, hungry developers, right? Who may need, God, if they said, oh, I can have a person who's done quality assurance at Activision, right? Like that's something they can't find. Right? No, like that's where it's like Reese Peanut Butter Cup. And you could be like, oh, I'm gonna be like the #1 indie testing facility in LA. Right? Oh no, I'm not shitting you. Like that'd be awesome. Right? And you'd be then working with people who are on the rise, who are making moves in and out of studios, who are actually growing their own stuff, right? And you might have the opportunity, you get on board with some indies on the rise, well then suddenly you're director QA, right? Because you were there from get versus trying to get in. I mean, you've been to Activision, where I imagine, to some degree, you got harvested for your time, right? And
I learned a lot from a great master. He was really, really smart with QA testing and everything. He showed me the ropes, and I caught on quick.
Okay, well then, that's your Shidoshi. It's time for you to do your own thing, right? And you should be out there running these indie studios and being like that trusted person who brings those best practices right?
No, yeah. I tried doing that a few years ago. It's just there was a setback. Life just
Oh yeah.
happened. Yeah.
You know what? And it's gonna happen again. But
No, yeah. This
right?
time I'm
Wade,
more
get back
prepared.
up.
Wade, get back up. But to your point, Gordon, Julian, one thing that I'm all about the indies right now because for that exact same reason, we've met, and Dan can attest to this too. We've met so many indie folks over the years, folks that especially at places like PAX East and PAX and E3, where they're just trying to get out in front of everybody. We've met people with they bring their laptops with their game with them in a lobby.
Yeah.
Like, please look at my game.
Yeah.
And we stop and talk to almost everyone. And then those folks eventually will put out that game, move on to another game that's bigger and better, move on to another game that's bigger and better, move on to another one, and now they're inviting us to their Monster Cat parties as VIP access.
Yes, right?
That's how it happens. Yeah. Stay in touch with those. I don't want to say smaller, but those folks that are in it right now out of I don't want to say they're struggling, but they're really doing it for themselves through smaller games, and now they're
hungry, and you're more valuable.
Hungry. They're hungry. Yeah,
no, we're all hungry.
Yeah. Well, the mix. Go to the mix of it. The mix is great.
Mix is great. Mix is great.
And just be yourself. Like, and just don't be afraid to like I said, have an Insta, right? You can run about people, but not be too in their business. Be like, oh, we'll just trade Instas and we'll just catch up later, right? Rather try to close the deal right there in the moment. Like, and I gotta be your person. Is like a little much for folks, but like, most people who are cool want to stay in touch.
No, yeah, that's a plan. I still have my old business cards from the YouTube channel that me and my friend were doing back in the day. Basically reviewing indie games, but actually any game that they would give to us.
Well, that's another thing which is actually super important. If you like streaming, lots of devs don't like doing it. They don't like doing the outward-facing work. They want to make games, right? So there might be devs where you're like, hey, not only will I test for you, but I'm actually gonna stream for you. Like, I'm gonna be, your face man out there with the world.
Oh, that's exactly what we were doing back in the day. But then, like I said, life happened. We just didn't have time to like meet each other and basically record, and it was just like bad timing to start off.
Yeah.
But right now, yeah.
Hey, Julian, I believe in you. You know what? I don't expertise, but I believe in you. So
we're the Julian Hype Club right here.
Yeah, I am, right?
Yeah. So,
I'm feeling it.
I love it. I love this. The energy is good. So, Julian, what's the biggest thing you're looking forward to at E3 this year?
To be honest, I really want to know what Square Enix is gonna do with Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah, I think we all are. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to be really, really honest, that's exactly what I'm looking forward to. Hopefully they surprise us, because supposedly from rumors it was gonna be parts rather than the whole game. So I'm praying and hopefully they release the first part either the moment they do their stream.
Oh, that would be awesome.
A few days after, like.
And it's available right now.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
That would be nice, but.
If that happens, Julian, I'm gonna seek you out, dude. I'm gonna be like, buy my lottery ticket.
Well, let's see. Let's hope. I'm praying for that.
So where can we find you if we're looking for you?
Yeah, where?
To be honest, right now, just Facebook. Just use my name. You could also go
What's your name?
To Twitter, Julian Marino. Okay. And you can also find me on Twitter as Mirage Sniper.
Mirage Sniper. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna link you up.
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead.
Awesome, Julian. Thank you so much for hopping on with us. This is fantastic.
Thank you.
Cool. And we're gonna have another couple folks right now. Jason Finelli and Christopher Arnold are gonna hop on.
By the way, you should do this for like every show. This should be like the PAX and the games competition.
I think we're going to. This has been a ton of fun, man. I mean, Dan, I'm enjoying this. This is great.
Yeah, I do want to mention one event. On Monday evening, 8:30 to 10:30, Ubisoft is hosting the Black Game Pros Mixer.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
More details are going to be out about that. I believe Thursday there's going to be an RSVP link, but I am putting the link to Esco's tweet in the chat now, so you guys can check that out.
Awesome.
Yeah, I saw his Twitter
Andy
2 days ago about that.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah. Are you in Blacks and Gaming? Like, I posted it in there.
It
is black like black people, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it could be a new game. Who knows? Remember Black? Remember, it could have been like codes.
Right now, joining us, Jason Finelli.
Hi, everybody. How we all doing?
Oh my God, this voice is holy! Wow, woo, my
I am
chair
the
shook.
I'm
voice
looking
of
at the little
God.
box in the lower part of the screen, and I thought it was a painting. It looks like the Ghostbusters 2 painting.
No, it's much more nerdy. It's a Street Fighter 4 Snuggie.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I just didn't want you to see the back of my basement.
All right, Jason, where are you from? Because this accent, I can pick it up.
Oh, I am born and raised just outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Delaware County, proud. Anybody who's listening from there is both very proud and cringing at the same time. This will be E3 number 9.
All right, nice.
I have been to every E3 since 2010, with the exception of 2013. My little sister graduated high school the day the show floor opened. Kind of made it hard to be there. 2 places at once. So I'm one of the guys who has been around the block a couple times with this. And all the advice I've heard so far is fantastic, particularly keeping the halls to certain days. I make that mistake every year at least once. And sometimes it's unavoidable. Sometimes it's just the way they book you. You have to go from south to west. But even if you can buffer it with, and then this is for like media and stuff like that. If you can buffer it with an appointment in the concourse, everybody forgets the concourse. That little section of just cubicles, basically.
Yeah.
All these smaller devs in there, where you can see some great games. So 2 years ago, I saw Moss in there, that VR game.
That's the same place we saw it too. Yep.
Yeah, and it was my favorite game of the show.
Same with ours.
It was fantastic. So don't forget the concourse. Same with the meeting rooms. The meeting rooms are a good shortcut as well. If you can land a meeting up there, that'll buffer you between South and West Hall. That's a good checkpoint as well. Hydration, eating, take care of yourself. Just because you're walking 20,000 steps a day doesn't mean you can't stop and eat for a little while. But yeah, I'm hyped, man. This is E3, baby. The best.
This is the E3 it's gamer Christmas, but it really is like the folks that aren't a part of the gaming industry or really aren't big gamers don't understand like how much fun we have. Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a hell of a lot of work, but holy cow, we're always like, you feel destroyed when you're by the end. You're like, I just want to go home and sleep, but then you miss everybody instantly. Like, God, it was so awesome to talk to people,
Post-con depression, as they call it.
Yeah,
it's very much a thing after E3. I feel it every single year. But most particularly when I'm finished all my assignments, like when I send the last one out and I'm like, well, that's it for another year.
So you mentioned assignments. What are you going to be doing at E3 this year?
I am freelancing once again for 4-5 different outlets. I'm all over the place. I'm most regularly with Twin Galaxies. Believe it or not, Twin Galaxies, who has been around forever for record keeping and stuff like that, does a esports and competitive gaming focused website. They do news, they do features, they do all kinds of stuff. I've been writing for them for about 1.5 years now, so I'll be doing some stuff for them. I've been talking with Xbox achievements and PlayStation trophies. Should be doing stuff for them as well, and a couple others in the pipeline.
Fantastic.
But my schedule scares the hell out of me. I have 1.5 hour break both Tuesday and Wednesday, and that's all I get. I actually have to fly home Wednesday night. I lose Thursday.
That happened. That's what happened to me last year. I thought my daughter's last day of elementary school for that year was Thursday, and so I set my schedule for Wednesday. Wednesday night, I'm flying out. That's it. I got to be back. Daddy's got to be home for Thursday. Her last day was Friday. Oh man, I couldn't say one more day.
I have a secret lit thing, which is the block party.
The what's that?
The Fortnite party.
Oh, the
Fortnite thing's gonna be ridiculous. That's gonna be ridiculous.
That's gonna be
it's gonna be nuts.
Also joining us, Christopher F. Arnold.
Thanks for the
Chris,
F.
I like the drop. Yeah, get the F out. I'll get the F out. Chris, how's it going?
It's the F word. Yeah, I'm Christopher. I run my own publishing and development company. We have a few games on Wii U and Steam and 3DS, and we have some coming up for the Xbox and PS4 soon, and that's about what we do. I mean, we're just
Awesome.
average indie developers.
There's nothing average about indie developers. We were just
No,
talking about how
and
great it is.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's like salt of the earth. But I love talking to and meeting indies, because some of us aren't at like giant outlets, right? I don't write for IGN, but I write for SideQuesting, and so we're kind of like an indie website. So we've kind of gotten a good rapport, and I just saw you at, was it PAX East that we just bumped into each other, Christopher? I think more than, I don't know, maybe that or E3 last. It was E3.
E3 last year. I haven't been to PAX East. I'd be amazed if you ran into me there.
It was your twin. It was E3 last year. That's what it was. But so like we were telling Julian, we've told a couple other folks, get to know like the folks that are in the indie scene, because they create great content, and a lot of the people have great connections as well. But what E3 number is this for you?
I think it's my 5th one. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't remember exactly. It's either my 5th or my 6th. I can't exactly pinpoint when I started going. I should be able to, but I can't. They all kind of blur together now.
Exactly. After like your first or second, they start to blur together. We were just kind of saying that too. So yeah. So Jason, what's like the biggest thing you're looking forward to at E3 this year?
So this, being a freelancer with a family, like you mentioned, your daughter, I have a 3-year-old and a 7-month-old. So it's hard for me to do a lot. This is my only show. So my broad answer is the whole thing, because it's my only shot. It'll be my only shot this year to go out and be part of the industry and cover everything. But if we want to get into the nitty gritty, I think Xbox's briefing is the most interesting on paper.
The leaks that have supposedly been coming out are getting me giddy.
Yes. If there's half of those are true, it'll be a great show.
What are the leak risks? What? I want to hear a leak.
Halo.
His ears covered.
Redacted,
like spoiler right here, right?
Redacted will have gameplay on a PC with an Xbox controller. Redacted is supposed to be shown for the first time. This is not a spoiler. Phil Spencer tweeted 14 first-party titles, the most they've ever had. And their show is rumored to go 2 hours, which...
You're saying over 2 hours now.
Oh, my God.
I know. I hope you guys have coffee or some type of energy drink or an energy...
Or a catheter.
Or a catheter.
We're getting to Avengers Endgame territory here. So that is interesting. And their third-party support is always really good. Devil May Cry last year. So you never know what's coming from other companies. And then for me, personally, I'm a big fighting game guy. And does anybody know what Capcom's doing right now?
It's got to have something in there, right? Because we haven't have a little monster back there.
Street Fighter 6? Wait, what? World premiere? What?
No, see, if PlayStation was there, maybe, because they seem real cozy with Street Fighter. But for me, my dream fighting game would be a 2v2 Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite style game, but all Capcom properties, like a Capcom Fighting Jam or All Stars or whatever you'd want to call it. That would be awesome. Any new fighting game from them would be great. If they want to try Marvel again, awesome. If they want to do what I just said, cool. But
they're listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're working on it now.
By the way, I'm going to call Capcomageddon working title.
I like that.
No, that's it. Capcomageddon. Book it.
Christopher, what are you looking forward to?
I'm mostly a Nintendo fan, so Animal Crossing and he ran off the second he asked me. I see. But yeah, Animal Crossing and Zelda, basically those two. I'm starting to feel a little like Nintendo might not show Animal Crossing, so I'm gonna have to settle for what they have for Zelda.
Oh, they're
totally gonna show it. They
can be their whole setup.
Yeah. Well, they removed it from the coming soon page earlier this year, and they're pretty known for delays. So
you know why they did that? Because you're sweating. That will be, if it's not the first game they show, it very well may be the last one, because they said 2019. They're running out of time, so I don't know when they're gonna show it if they want it to be in 2019. And like Dali said, I would not Dali. Sorry,
either way is fine. Just call me whatever you want to call me.
Blue headphones. I would not be surprised if their booth, or a big part of their booth, is an Animal Crossing town, or like.
And then
I think their big game is going to be something that they haven't announced.
It could be. It could very
I
well
don't
could
feel
be.
like any game that they've announced is going to be a booth thing, because it was interesting that they cleared out Mario Maker off their slate too. That way they don't have to do a Nintendo Direct for it. They did all the Pokemon announcements in their own Direct
tomorrow,
and they always do that to clear off, like, so that they have more space in their E3 Direct. So
that's true.
With how much space they're giving themselves, I'm thinking they're going to be doing something new that I have no clue. It's going to be out of nowhere, like Rabbids again.
Now, I will say that
which was a fantastic game.
I wasn't expecting that to be good.
It was so good.
When I first saw it, I was like, "What are you thinking?" And then I played it. I'm like, "I see what you're thinking. This is great. This is actually the best Rabbids game I ever played."
And the only one you can really tolerate. Sorry, Rabbids. But I will say this: they in booking an appointment with them, they have more. They've allotted more time this year than they normally have, which is weird. Normally, they get you in and get you out in an hour. Now they're giving you, I've heard 90 minutes. I've heard sometimes 2 hours. So the fact that they're allowing people to book so much time tells me that their slate is going to be insane. And
just the things that we know that they have coming out this year. I mean, this is kind of for all from what what we know about Xbox is that they have Gears of War coming out this year, and they may have a Forza expansion and like 1 or 2 smaller things. But this is really kind of Nintendo's year to really throw everything they have out there and sort of clear their slate for this initial launch. It's almost like still kind of in their weird launch period, but they have a lot of things coming, and we keep hearing like rumors. I think it was a good friend of the show, Wario64, posted. I think it was Amazon or somebody had like 22. GameStop had like 20 or 22 like Switch games coming that were in the system but weren't like named yet. So this is absolutely bonkers. So it could be a really big year.
A bunch of small indie games too that are getting physical releases. That's becoming a more popular thing. So that's what made me not so hyped about that news, because it doesn't mean first party or even like big title. It could just could be 20 special editions of Starlink. I don't know.
I really enjoyed Starlink. I was one of the first few that I thought it was a solid 7 of a game, but I love those solid 7 games.
It was a 7, but it was an 8 with Star Fox in it.
Yes, exactly.
My Star Fox
I bought it.
It's over there. I haven't opened it yet.
Oh, okay. All right.
I really need to play that.
You probably buy
it's beautiful. Once you pull it out, the wings actually like move and stuff too, and you can take them apart. I found that out. I thought I broke it, but no, you can take off the wings and like add new stuff onto it.
Nice.
So Jason, any questions about E3 or tips for folks for E3?
So if you're watching this and you're going in with a public pass, a gamer pass, or something like that, especially if it's your first E3, I would say to temper your expectations, and not so much in a way that you won't enjoy yourself, but your experience is going to be a lot more like someone who goes to Disney World without a fast pass. You're going to be waiting a long time, particularly for the most popular things. Nintendo's lines are always crazy. I know they have the Warp Pipe Pass this year, but who knows how many people are actually going to get those. The major third parties, if Final Fantasy VII Remake is playable at Square Enix's booth, that booth is going to be a nightmare for 2 reasons. 1, the lines are going to be crazy, and 2, it's right in front of that side door. So people are going to be coming in and walking into a line, and it's going to be very, very hectic over there. So
3, they also have the Avengers.
Yeah, and the Avengers, yeah.
Oh, and the Avengers. And I know they have
about
the
that.
Avengers. So, yeah. Oh, man. So patience.
That's a great tip. Great tip.
Particularly in the very beginning of the day, when you're waiting in front of whatever hall you're choosing, be it West or South, and you're in that cattle chute being led to slaughter almost. The doors are only so big, and there's a lot of people, and just be patient. You're going to get in. You're going to see the entire booth. You're going to see everything set up. It's not going anywhere. So just be cognizant of the people around you. In that vein, hygiene. You are going to be around a lot of people in very close quarters. Don't be the smelly one.
Wait, is this real? The Xbox body, is this real?
This is real.
Australia,
it is. I've been around those people.
I will buy the hell out of it. I will smell like an Xbox One. I'm fine with that.
I don't understand why Axe doesn't just like use that as like a promotion opportunity. Go in front of E3 and just like hand out free deodorants.
Why did they
like,
not call it Xbox One?
I don't know.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know,
Yeah, what the-
Jason,
Xbox
real
One,
quick,
they
though.
might even be there.
So, Jason, you had a really good point about the waiting. You know, you're gonna have long waits for games and things like that. One thing, so as the week goes on, things tend to lighten up a little bit. Like Thursday afternoon, you might have a little bit more time to check out like Nintendo and Xbox and that type of stuff. But don't be upset that you can't get into your big favorite game right away. You're going to play that game eventually anyway, whether it's at E3 or at another event or at a demo station somewhere. That's your prime time to go take a look at some of the smaller games that are out there. Walk past the Funcom booth, or walk past some of the other booths from the smaller publishers, because you'll find things that it'll blow your mind at some of the really cool stuff that you find out there. So,
good example of that in West Hall is Big Ben Interactive.
Yes,
they're going to have public booths, but they have Sinking City.
Yeah, apparently. That looks really
cool. That's one that's coming out soon. But yeah, I would say patience and hygiene are other than the ones that have already been said, would be my two biggest tips.
Yeah, wash your hands.
Wash your hands. Yes, often.
Courtesy flush.
Yeah, that way you don't catch conflu.
Yeah, the pox. Christopher, you have any questions, or do you have a tip for folks?
To add on to him, when you're waiting in line, talk to the people around you to make the waiting go by faster. There's going to be a lot of interesting people there. Even if they have Gamer Pass, they might still be part of the industry. They might be a Twitch streamer that you haven't followed yet that might be your new favorite. The E3 experience isn't just the games, it's the people that are there, because they come from all over the world. They have so many interesting professions. I've even met people who work in the medical field or in the Navy who show up there to check out technologies, and I can get some cool information from them about what they do. So I think half the fun is just networking with people in the line too. And then if you're going to the parties, a lot of people are exhausted. If you want to do some lazy networking like me, I always find the chair or seat in the house and I sit down. And then there's like open space, so people will come and sit next to me or at me, like, "Hey, can I sit here?" I'm like, "Sure."
Yeah.
That way I don't have to get up and network. Everybody just sits down. I know I've done that with you at the Facebook gaming one. I was like sitting down, and then you like came over and used our seats for like a minute.
Yeah, that's how we did it. And then Dan and I, like Dan said, then DJ Khaled came out. We're like, "See you guys later," just because they're so loud. I like DJ Khaled, but man, was he loud.
I don't even think they're having a party this year. They spent the whole budget on DJ Khaled.
So there's rumors that there's a party coming out within this next week. They're going to be sending out invites.
Well, maybe I'll get one.
There are still a lot of parties that haven't been formally announced yet, but that I know are are going to be there.
It's Tuesday.
Yeah.
I compared my last year's schedules and the dates that they always send them out. It's like very last minute. It'll be like Friday or Saturday. They really take their time to send it out.
Bananas.
And then if you're lucky, you'll end up at is it Denny's that we ended up at that night? No, IHOP. Yeah, IHOP.
Oh, yeah.
The best thing was we went to this IHOP. We definitely had way too much to drink. The waitress was awesome. She gave me way too much coffee, and 2 or 3 weeks after E3, I get a notification from Facebook, and it goes, "Your review of IHOP downtown LA has been accepted." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "What did I write?" And I haven't found the review. Like, I can't find it. But apparently, it was a really good review of that IHOP at 4 in the morning.
Dan and I don't know what party we were coming back from. We decided
the ESA party.
Yeah, that's right, the ESA party. Well, let's go get some IHOP. All right, so yeah, it was very very interesting.
That's how
like IHOP for like 2 hours too. But well, yeah, Jason, Christopher, thank you guys so much for being on. Jason, where can we find you?
You can find me on any if there's a social media platform, so Facebook's my name, Twitter, Instagram. I am big
MySpace, Friendster, TikTok,
Napster friends. Big Man Fanelli, BigManFanelli. That is where I spend most of my downtime, social with Twitter or Instagram. Haven't really gotten into any other big ones. I have a full portfolio, jasonfanelli.com/portfolio. Has some of my video stuff, my most recent articles. I did a couple reviews for the Hollywood Reporter, which are on there now. And that's it. That's where you can find me.
Excellent. Christopher, what about you?
You can find me anywhere, like AOL or MSN Messenger, with my social media handle.
ICQ.
Kurisama91 or just Nami Tento. To spell my username, it's KURISAMA91. I know I made it really easy
Yes,
for everybody.
you did.
But
That's
yeah,
fantastic.
I tend to be on every social media. I'm pretty easy to find.
You are,
I'm a
because
little
I think
too-
I'll post something on like the side questing Instagram account, and it'll be like from Christopher. And then I'll post something on Facebook like a second later. This was liked by Christopher. I'm like, he's everywhere.
There's a secret for that.
There's a hack. That's good. That's good. He's got.
I'm a programmer, so
That's true. There you go.
it makes sure that I have only relevant content on all my media. Like I always see, I'm just bombarded with all the E3 news. That's how come I'm always posting the newest links in the group too. Because
you might be Mario 64 actually. No. Yeah. You have posted a party. Like the things on Eventbrite are pretty easy to get because you could just get like the RSS feed kind of set up through there, which is how I've been finding them. But yeah, it's good. It's good that there's other folks, because I'm stuck in a meeting for like 4 hours today, and I'm like, new post by Christopher, approve. New post like approve. It's always
it's not Eventbrite stuff that I usually post too. It's usually this obscure stuff.
That's true. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I just check my email.
Very good. Well, gents, thank you guys so much for hopping on. Gordon, thank you so much for being on tonight. This was fantastic.
I'll do it again. I'll go to PAX.
Where can we find you, Gordon?
Okay, you can find me on Twitter, Gordon Bellamy, which is my name, and Insta is Cyber Cooper. And then the GDP party is open to public.
Hanging with Cyber Cooper.
If you go, that's actually all right. Into it. The 11th annual GDP at E3 is our party at Redline.
That's fun. I've been in the GGP parties. They really are some just.
They are excellent. I love.
You go? Oh, come through. Well, come on. Wait, which one did you go to?
It was like my second year that I went.
Okay.
So it was like 2017.
Oh, nice. Well, come back.
It was a really great vibe. Like you said, good vibes everywhere. I loved it.
Well, bring more good vibes with you. It's only as good as the people, so you got to come back through. And it's at Redline now. Was it Redline 2 years ago? Like 6th in Los Angeles? Do you remember?
I think so. I'd have to look at my calendar.
Okay,
I have an answer.
Sidequesting.com.
Exactly. That's where you find the actual info. That's where you find out where to be. Sidequesting.com.
There you go.
The site. All right. I'm going to go too and get some supper. But thank you for having me and just meeting everybody. Like I'm looking forward to seeing everybody, like all these faces. And I know we'll start over, but I'm Gordon, but we can start over when we see each other at E3 and it's all crazy. But everyone,
I do that to everybody like 3 times or 4 times. I don't recognize anyone.
Yeah, you gave me your card like twice at E3 last year, Christopher.
I'm going to do that again this year too.
Just come through Monday night and go like, Gordon, you owe me a drink ticket. And we can start from there. Just start from there and we'll figure it out.
On the podcast.
All right, cool.
Julian, again, thank you for hanging on. Thank you again for joining us. And then thank you to everybody else that's been on. Kevin, Ani Dino, it's been a great group of folks today. And Dan, this is awesome as usual to chat with you, dude.
Watch Dogs Legion was just announced.
Yeah, was it officially announced?
Formally announced.
They were like, crap. Well, there you go.
They can't catch a break, man. They need a plumber.
They leaked down here and
maybe another Mario.
I'm just shocked that it wasn't Kotaku that found it first.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't. Who was it?
I don't know. I don't know where it came from.
It was Amazon UK, I think it was.
Yeah. It was a retailer.
Kotaku confirmed it though, because Kotaku's like the only one allowed to break Ubisoft games.
Kotaku's great because you'll have Jason Schreier be like, "Yeah, actually, we heard that too. I just didn't post it, but we heard it too." I love Jason. And then I'm Dali. You can Dan. Where can we find you?
At Dan Hevia on Twitter, and I think I have an Instagram. Use it.
And check out Power Spike as well.
Yeah, go to Power Spike. It's at PowerSpike _ or at Power. It's just look for Power Spike. There's a lightning bolt. I mean, that's simple. And go to PowerSpike.tv if you're a streamer and you want to make money. Go now, right now.
You can find me at Dali Demovsky all over the place. Sidequesting.com. in that Facebook group. Thank you to everybody that was in the chat. I'm like, you know, X0, Captain Butter, Geraldo Maduena. And there's a great group of folks in there, and it's always awesome to talk to everybody. We hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. I had a great time actually chatting with everyone, and we might have to do this sucker again for all the gaming events, and even like just random check-in with this group. The E3 group is a fantastic group of folks. So
It is.
Yeah, love you guys. All right, with that said, we're gonna let y'all go. Have a fantastic evening. Have a wonderful E3. If you're going, if you're not going to E3, post in the group or just suggest all over the place. We still love to chat either way. We'll see everybody next time. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Bye.